Get my
We're not waiting. It's too good. Welcome back to Daily Dose. I'm Robert. It's my pal Susan. We're talking Still and all of its influence and massive effect, the Michael J. Fox documentary. And we were talking about what it is to feel. Michael J. Fox just put on a clinic about the importance of feeling, right? And to know himself, to know the disease, to know his family, all of those things don't happen without emotional availability. And yet, perhaps one of the biggest crises in Parkinson's and the detachment, so that the doctors can't get what they need and the patients can't identify what they need, is here's how this actually feels. So what say you?
Oh, let me back up a little bit.
Hmm.
Michael in the movie didn't tell us about his emotions. He lived them. He was just being himself. And the few questions that were asked of him that might have led to a stiff upper lip or a cheerful, Michael J. Fox kind of answer, it wasn't there. He simply told, he simply manifested what right in front of us, where he was, and many times still had a sparkle and a twinkle. So that's part of what I wanted to say was him in this movie was a whole other level of storytelling. I think what you were addressing about most of the world, or much of the world, and specifically those who, oh, maybe they suspected it was Parkinson's, or they had done some internet research, or they had family members who had it, who then said, "Yeah, I kind of figured that's what it was." And your reaction in the last dose was just like, that's not enough. That's not legit. It's more than that. I
I
want
really,
to
yeah,
hear it,
I,
right?
I think that's something that therapists test for is emotional availability. And when you try to numb or walk past things, that's a sign of trauma, rationalization, you know, it's the
Yes,
opposite of catastrophizing.
it is. Yes. And how many of us are very sensitive to the people we're speaking to, our family, our loved ones, telling them this terrible story?
That's it. I don't want to say I'm blaming, which I know could come across because of my passion about this and how I speak. I'm not blaming people for not saying something. I'm simply calling it out and saying, and trying to, as you know, provide the space to allow and encourage, just cajole people into the reality that says it's okay to feel. And beyond okay, it is in fact the way out of the Parkinson's prison.
Hmm.
This is your freedom. The truth will set you free. And the truth is your emotions, not just the facts. It's how you felt. It's the things you sensed. Those things get numbed in times of trauma
Mhm, mhm.
in order to protect ourselves. It's the body protecting itself. It's understandable.
It's actually stunning that a number of us use the word dumb. I mean numb.
That
That,
too, though, some people can't speak.
yeah, including me, numb and dumb and deaf. But I mean, that's amazing to say I was numb, like paralyzed.
Yeah, couldn't move, or the tingling sensation, your nerves went all wacky, right?
Mhm.
Maybe there was something in your mouth. Maybe you had like that battery acid feeling in your mouth of adrenaline type thing, right? Everything, yeah, goes wild.
Something in your, cotton or wax or sand or something in your ear so you couldn't hear. And it was just this muddled, blurry thing out there.
And didn't they do a great job in the film of when he was waking up and the pinky was there and the moth was here and the what is that thing? All of that, the world wasn't quite right. It was apocalypse now, very
Yeah,
much like when
yeah,
Martin Sheen wakes up and the fans overhead. It was that same type of going to war with a new reality. That's really what they were hearkening, you know.
yeah. It must have been. Yeah, yeah. And he said it's just your finger, and then he said, no, it's not. That's not my finger. That
There
doesn't
it
even have
is.
my
That's
finger.
not me.
That's not me. There you go.
So there's that space, and again, I think and I hope by A, calling attention to it, and B, providing a space, because I think that's what's missing now. I really think that's what the gap we're filling with Yes and Exercise is we create a safe and brave space. We do it with Jam for Joy in a general communication sense, and then we do it, as you pointed out, in a different way. It is specific. The charge is greater in day one. It is more work. My tone may be more academic, and at the same time, it is there to be someone to say, we're in deep waters, folks. So I
I think
have to
that,
kind of like, almost like the guy who checks out the jet skis and stuff. I can't say have fun. I have to say, here's the rules, here's the things to watch out for, because these
yeah,
are deep
yeah,
waters.
yeah. And you can't just say, be careful. I,
Good note. Yeah. All right, let's get the next dose in just a minute. Thank you.